my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a get ready with me first impressions, letting you guys know some of the new products that I've recently picked up, as well as some of the products that I've been really enjoying lately. I will be filming a favorites video soon that will incorporate some of the favorites from May and June. I mean, June just started, so maybe not June, but there's been quite a few products that I've been absolutely obsessed with, and I can't wait to share them with you. Okay, so I'm back. I've already done my brows as best as I could. I've primed my eyelids with some concealer, and I've added these, what are they called? Makeup tape, so that it makes a nice crisp line. So let's see what we can come up with. So I'm going to dip into the palette, and I'm gonna start off with using Culture first. That seems like a nice blending shade. And it doesn't really have a lot of kickback, which is nice. And I like to place a color like this a little bit higher up. I know I've been super MIA lately, and I do apologize. There's just been so much going on with work and just like trying to acclimate myself that I didn't have a lot of time, and when I would get home I'd get really tired. So I had to figure out like what best way I was gonna do, or what kind of like schedule I was going to have in terms of filming and still playing with makeup and everything. And it's been hard, but I think I'm gonna be okay. And I'm really excited to just go back to making videos for you guys and playing with makeup. I've been buying so much makeup that it's like absolutely ridiculous, but it's also really bad if I'm not making any videos for you guys and showing you, you know, the cool stuff that I'm buying and why I'm buying it and all of that. So I figured I'd share that with you guys. Now for this palette, I think I'm gonna stick to more of the mattes and maybe the rose gold shade, but I do have another color that I want to place on the lid on top of that. So I'm going to do a mixture. I'm gonna first start off with thick and place that just a little bit lower on the crease. See, I'm all out of whack. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It's been such a long time since I've filmed, probably like a month and a half at this point. Oh, this color's beautiful. Now I'm gonna dig into Revenge. And again, just a little bit lower. Almost on the lash itself. This is so pretty. And again, this tape is really gonna help to make it look that much better. For the lid, I'm gonna go in with a small brush. This one is the Morphe M213, and I'm going to use Spill the Tea. You can honestly get away with this brush and place it for the brows or even like a concealer brush. But like I mentioned, I have a very small lid, so I'm gonna just place it right on there. You can even use your finger. You guys know how much I love doing that as well. But I feel like this, just place it right where you want it. I did pick up quite a few of the Dose of Colors Block Party shadows. Well, I picked up one of the collections that was already pre-selected just so that I could save some money, but this is a shade and it's called Shall We Dance. I don't know if the camera's really gonna pick it, but it's so pretty. I'll do a swatch on the back of my hand. So super sparkly, you can see the reflective. And that's a dry shadow, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that on the lid, and hopefully it makes it stand out even more. And they do say that it's best applied with your finger. I'm gonna place it right on top. More in the center for sure. Now for the eyeshadow, or not the eyeshadow, but the liner, I'm gonna go in with the shade Played Out. And I'm gonna start kind of outlining the shadow portion. Now I just realized that this palette, well, I didn't realize, but I knew it had a mirror, but I haven't been using it, and I probably should because it's really nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and again use Played Out, and I'm using a Dose of Colors pencil brush just to give us that smoky effect. I will say this isn't as dark as I'd like it to be, but that's okay. To make it just a little bit more uniformed and probably better to my liking, I'm going to add a little bit of black liner just on a very thin line, and I'm going to try to smooth that out as well. Now that the eyes are complete, or somewhat complete because I still have to do the brow bone highlight, the inner corner highlight, and all of that, I'm going to move on to the face. Now for the face, there's been a couple of products that I've been enjoying, of course. When it comes to a face primer, I've been pretty much using the same thing. My Fenty primer has been just doing wonders for me. For foundation, I've been absolutely loving the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made in the shade T20, which is soft tan, and it's just been phenomenal. Now what I like to do with this, and pardon my dirty brushes, but you know, it is what it is, this is real life. I like to use a kabuki brush first. I apply the foundation like so on the brush, a couple dots, and then I apply it straight to the skin. And I blend it out. I try not to put too much under the eye just because, you know, we have our concealer there, and that'll be fine. For concealer, not much has changed. I still use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I feel like it just gives you the best coverage and it's the best shade for myself. This is the shade Tan. I do use the medium shade for my eyeshadow primer. I feel like the color payoff is that much better. Now I like to use this shade under the eyes because I feel like it really does help to conceal, because it does have that slight bit of peachy tone on it, or in it I should say. And a little bit on the forehead. I try not to apply too much on my nose because I feel like it just gets super cakey there. So I just put it on my chin. And that's what I've been doing lately, and I feel like it's really been working. I will say try to be careful over here because of the smoked out liner that we created. That is the one thing, it's not super pointy, but that's okay. It still does the job. For setting powder, I'm going to go back to basics, and I'm going to go and use the Peach Perfect powder. It's just, you know, one of my all-time favorite powders, and it's just that good. I'm going to use a Wet n Wild brush. I believe this one is the P65, and it's the under eye brush. So we're going to go ahead and lightly set it so that it doesn't crease on us and get all yucky. To set the rest of my face, I'll be using the Fenty Beauty blot powder. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush and dust it on my skin, like so. For bronzer, I've been loving using the Bina Bronze by MAC. This was part of their summer collection last year, and it's so good. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. It's a matte bronzer, but this will also help to contour the skin a little bit. I like to bring it up a little bit higher than normal as well, because that really gives me definition. I try to minimize my forehead as much as possible, so that's what I'm doing here. For blush, I recently picked up the Paradise Enchanted Scented Blush by L'Oreal, and I got the shade Charming, which is really pretty. It's 193. It's a nice terracotta shade, and it gives you that like sun-kissed look on top of the bronzer, which adds a little bit of sheen. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that right on top. And it goes so nicely with the eyeshadow that you just cannot go wrong. I did pick up both of the highlighters from the Shayla collection. I think I'm going to use the one that's more on the gold side today. And I'm a little worried because with the loose highlighters, I always feel like they get really messy on my skin. Like, I'll probably be using the Shayla ColourPop in Pose more for the body, like mixing it in with my favorite body oil or something, but we shall see. I'm not very good with packaging. Like, I love keeping it, but it doesn't like me back. So this is what it looks like. It's super pretty. So I'm gonna place a little bit of this, just the smallest amount, into the lid, and I'm going to blend it out as much as possible. Tap out any excess, and now for the cheeks. Oh, that is gorgeous. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm so happy with this. Wow. I've had really bad experiences with highlighting powders that are, you know, in a loose formula, but this is nice. It's giving me a wet skin vibes, and even though I'm oily, I don't mind. Wow. And this is, again, dry. Ooh, I love it. Alright, I'm getting too highlighter happy now. Very, very small amount of the Gloss Bomb. Because it's been said to be really good for moisturizing the lips, so I'm going to try that out. And I'm going to try to put some lashes on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I added the Demi Wispy Ardell lashes, and they look super nice and fluttery. Nothing crazy, of course. And now we're going to complete the lower lash. Okay, so now I'm going to use Thick again, and I'm going to just deepen up that crease because I feel like I've lost some of the intensity once I added the lid color. And you guys know this is my favorite technique to do once I've added my lashes, because then I can really see how the look is going to come out. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this. Now I'm going to use the shade Revenge and place it right underneath. And don't worry, we can still see the lid colors, which honestly, you could have gotten away with just using the shade in the palette. I think next time I'm going to try to intensify the Block Party shadow by adding a little bit of water to it, but it still looks super pretty. I'm gonna go into Culture first, sweep that under the lash line like so, just because it's top heavy, so we want to make it a little bit more even. Don't worry if you're bringing it a little too low, because it will look really good in the end. Using the shade Thick, repeat that same step. Revenge. You guys got the idea. Try not to poke yourself in the eye like I just did. You can probably get away with a smaller brush and doing the same steps, but why use so many brushes then? This one works just as fine. And then with the very tip of the brush, you can like pinch it, use Played Out, which is that brown shade, and on the very tail of the eye, you can apply just a tiny bit. I'm going to use the shade Unbothered. Place that right under the brow bone, like so. It's super frosty, but it's pretty. So. I will say one thing: I would recommend using this color more when you have your brows done. And they're nice and clean, so it doesn't make the little hair stand out. I'm also using this shade on the lid, not the lid, the inner corner, brighten those eyes up. With your crease brush, just go ahead and blend out any harsh edges. And the eyes are complete. Again, super simple, but really pretty. I definitely want to use one of the new lipstick. We have the shade Come On Sis. Cute. We have the shade Ooh, which is a peach. I think that one will complement the look really nicely. And we have the shade Quickie, which is a super pale nude. This I'll have to use to mix it in because I don't think I can use it by itself. To line the lips, I'm going to use my favorite lip liner, or one of my favorite lip liners I should say, and it's in the shade Spice. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips.
So I'm going to use the shade Ooh because it's peachy, and I don't think I've ever really used a color like this. Super creamy.
It's a little light, so what I'm going to do is go back into the lip liner and just outline it a little bit more.
That's good.
Much better. And of course, we can't forget to use the Neat Freak lip gloss. So let's go ahead and add that on as well. Now I know that she said that she prefers to put it on the back of her hand, so that's what we're gonna do. So cute. Now, I hate getting the applicator dirty, so I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit. And whatever's left on my hand. Apply it there and clean it up. I feel that when you use a lip gloss so many times and the applicator gets dirty, it affects the color inside, so I try not to mess it up as much. But this gloss, guys, a must. So pretty. But this look is complete. Looks gorgeous, super peachy, very appropriate for summertime. It's not super heavy. What I will do now is just set it with a facial spray or a setting spray. You can use whatever you'd like. My go-to for the summer is usually this one from Glam Glow, and it's the glow setter because I feel like it just melts the skin really nicely, but it keeps the makeup on all day. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray that on. Push my hair back a little bit. Let's see. I don't know where my fan is, so we're just gonna do it old school. Everyone needs to go out and purchase this because it's been so great. Again, these are just a few new products that I've been trying out. Which in reality, the new products that I tried out today were all the Shayla collection, and they all get an A+ for me. Like, it was a phenomenal collection, and I can't wait to keep using the colors because they're just so beautiful. I went with the safe colors today, but I will definitely be playing with more of the bright shades because they just look like they're gonna be so pretty and so blendable, and I can't wait to use like these guys right here. This whole row is calling my name and I have to do something with it, so we're gonna make it happen. But yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to bring more videos for you guys. I will try my very hardest to be more consistent because I really do love filming videos and creating these really simple wearable looks for you guys. So I hope to see you in the next video, and please don't forget to subscribe so you can be part of the family. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye guys.